I don't even want to do the fucking intro, dude. What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey, man, listen, today I'm here to talk about what just unfolded, which was UFC Perth, which felt like a very personal attack against my home country. There was some good fights to be had. There was some highlights on this card. The main event just wrapped up. As you can see, it didn't even update on Google. But unfortunately for all the Dominic Reyes believers, the end. It's over. Carlos Ulberg just won by round 1 TKO, knocking out Dominic Reyes pretty badly as well. He was super, Dominic Reyes was super gun shy on the back foot. I felt like he was trying to get a read of Ulberg and maybe, frustrate him by just not really engaging too much and see if Ulberg would rush in and do anything stupid. Maybe Reyes was going to attempt a takedown or look for his step back left hand, something along those lines. It felt like that was what he was setting up, but unfortunately, that did not happen. Pretty much nothing happened throughout the round. Ulberg just kind of touched him a little bit with the kicks and some punches to the body. And then Reyes rushed in. Boom, boom. 1-2 from Ulberg. Dropped Reyes pretty badly. And then Ulberg followed up and Reyes went out. And it's a sad day to be a Reyes fan. Like, I'm from Australia, but I'm not even... Oh, yeah, gee, Ulberg, next champ, gee. Oh, my God. This boring fuck is now getting a title shot, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you serious, bro? I don't know what it is about Ulberg that just pisses me off. There's something about this guy that I'm just not gonna get. I'm not gonna get on here and be like, whoa, man. I love Ulberg, man. This guy's the freaking future, dude. I can't wait for Magomed Ankalaev to beat this guy. I can't wait for Yuri to walk this guy down and wipe that cocky little grin off his face, dude. Carlos Ulberg, this was a very impressive win. I do have to give him respect. This is without a doubt the best win that he has. People were saying, dude, I hate that people are going to get validated for hating on Dominic Reyes in the lead up to this fight when he undoubtedly had better ranked finishes than Ulberg. Ulberg had no ranked finishes basically except for Alonzo Menafield via just Menafield bum rushing him. But in this fight, he proved the level that he's at, and he does deserve a title shot. That's 9 fights in a row, bro. That's a 9-fight win streak. That's a round 1 finish against Dominic Reyes. In the best form of his career outside of the Jones fight, in my opinion. He looked really good against Nikita Krylov, who was a very dangerous contender in the light heavyweight division. And that is a good win for Ulberg. I can say what I want. I can rage about it. I can hate on him as much as I want. I can pray on this man's downfall, which I still am, which I still will. And I know many will join me on this crusade. But I do have to give him respect for the finish that he got here. He just had Reyes hesitating so badly. They were saying on commentary, one thing that I do agree with on commentary was they have the same reach, but it feels like Reyes is way out of reach. Like he's way out of range and Ulberg is the one controlling the range. It's just the way that he fights with that CKB style. And all of the Australian New Zealand fighters, except for fucking Jake Matthews, fuck's sake, but all of the Australian and New Zealand fighters for the most part, they did really well on this card, and Ulberg topped it off with a very nasty finish. It sucks to see Reyes lose, and not only lose, but to get put out bad via TKO. I hope that he can actually bounce back, but yeah, Carlos Ulberg wins by round 1 finish, completes the very, very good run for the Australian and New Zealand fighters on this card. Pretty much all of them won. And this was a very good win. Like I said, he does deserve a title shot. I think that he does deserve to be in that conversation, especially in my opinion, if Khalil Roundtree beats Yuri Prohaska. I think Ulberg definitely should jump him. The only person I would put above Ulberg is Yuri Prohaska if he beats Khalil. And it's just because I want to see Yuri versus Ankalaev way more than I want to see Ulberg versus Ankalaev. So to me, I think that if Khalil Roundtree somehow beats Yuri Prohaska, or if the Yuri and Khalil fight is a fucking war and Yuri needs time off and Ankalaev wants to get back in there quickly, then Ulberg versus Ankalaev early next year in Australia. Please give us a better card than this if you're coming back. This was genuinely... There was good fights on this. There was good finishes. There was nothing too egregious on this card except for the Jake Matthews fight. We'll talk about that later. But the lack of name value was just insulting on this card. The fact that the only ranked fight was this one is just a disgrace to one of the best countries. And the fact is, the proof is in the pudding. Look at the fact that every single Australian New Zealand fighter versus an American basically won on this card pretty fucking easily and dominantly. We deserve respect. We deserve a good card. So why the fuck did we get this? They better come correct next year. They better come back in February with Ulberg versus Ankalaev, or Ulberg versus Pereira. God forbid Pereira somehow beats Ankalaev, and, you know, we have to, you know...
Dude, Shama, bro. Dude, this is basically Adesanya Pereira 3, bro.
If we have to put up with that, at least give it to us in Australia, dog. That's all I'm asking for. But yes, Ulberg, unfortunately, the kid fluked a nut. He won by knockout in round 1. Impressive victory for Carlos Ulberg. Give him a title shot. He deserves it, okay? Co-main event, mate. Jimmy the fucking Brute, mate. What a bloody win. I mean, seriously, how good is this? Jimmy Crute, round 1 submission via, I don't know what this was. I think this looked like a fucking camel clutch, dude. Jimmy the Brute Crute went out there. I'm not going to lie. I was nervous as fuck watching this guy start this fight, because Jimmy Crute went out there and he's waving his hands like he's fucking Mr. Miyagi, and he's getting pieced up by Ivan Erslan. And I'm like, oh God, Jimmy Crute, what are you doing, bro? You're not a striker, bro. But unfortunately for Ivan Erslan, Jimmy Crute locked in. He landed the blast double leg that I talked about in my prediction video and got on top, got the back, really just out-grappled Ivan Erslan, manhandled him, kept mat returning him. There was a scary moment for him as he got on the back. Erslan kind of got 2-on-1 grip, reverse position, ended up on top. But Crute hit this really clean sweep right over to mount and started to land ground and pound, and that made Erslan give up his back. And Jimmy Crute, like I said, it looked like a fucking camel clutch, dude. This was like prime Rusev type rear naked choke here, and he gets the tap. He hit a gi. It looked like a gi choke without a gi on. It looked like he had cross collars and like pulled it. It was a nasty finish. But yeah, Jimmy Crute, what an absolute legend this guy is. Give him fucking Ion Cutelaba, or give him Umar Sy next. I think those would be good matchups for Jimmy Crute. But yeah, very good win for him. I'm very happy to see Jimmy Crute get another W. It seems like he's figured out the fact that he's not a striker and he needs to just shoot blast double legs and look for his jiu-jitsu, because he's really, really good on the ground. So Jimmy Crute, very easy win, very impressive W. He scared me on the feet, but then he locked in. Just keep doing that, please, Jimmy. We believe in you, bro. All right? Featured fight of the night. Guys, this was not me. I got tagged in a lot of things. Yo, congrats, bedtime. Congrats on the W. I'll take it. I'll fucking take it, dude. Jack Jenkins, mate, bloody Jack Jenkins. He was out there whipping out that bloody head kick. I'll tell you what, this Tavarius guy, he had nothing for him on the floor. He was trying to hug him the whole time. Jack Jenkins, what a win, man. This is, I'll be honest though, I'm not going to glaze Jack Jenkins and be like, oh my God, dude, Jack Jenkins, he's gone on a title run. It's very weird with Jack Jenkins. Listen, I predicted a 29-28 win for Jack Jenkins, and that's what he had. He started out the first round exceeding my expectations. Like, the first round that he had was dominant. Like, he completely destroyed Raymond Tavares in the first round. He pieced him up. He looked amazing on the feet. I was like, holy fuck, Jack Jenkins actually got better. But then in the second and third round, it was just classic, like, I'll do enough to win. I'm not trying to engage that much. You know, I'll mix in this, I'll do that. So it was the Jack Jenkins, like, it was a decent fight. He did enough to win. Nothing insane. You know, it is what it is. I'm happy to see him get a W. And like I said, the first round was very, very, very good from Jack Jenkins. He had me nervous. He was circling into the power side of Tavares, that big left hand that we all knew was there. But he did a good job shutting that down by blasting body kicks to that side and shutting down the arm. He was going to the body. He didn't really go to the legs as much as I thought he would early on, but he made a good read because he just went body, and then he threw up this big head kick that rocked Tavares bad, and that let him start landing the inside leg kicks. Because now Tavares really had no idea which one was coming. So that was really nice from Jack Jenkins. He also landed the check hook a couple of times that hurt Raymond Tavares. Rocked him pretty bad a couple of times in the first round. Pretty clear first round for Jack Jenkins. Second round, I gave to Jack Jenkins, but it was closer. Like, Raymond Tavares did a much better job in this round to actually land some fucking strikes. He was landing his jab. He was getting some body work in. He was getting scrappy in the pocket. Every time Jack Jenkins opened up in the pocket, Raymond Tavares was landing hooks. He was trying to find him with his own kicks. And they both showed good takedown defense as well. That was, I knew Tavares would mix in the grappling. Jack Jenkins showed pretty good takedown defense and scrambling. And I think he won this round by hitting a fucking Petr Yan takedown. Who knew he had that in the bag, mate? This guy's better than Petr Yan, bro. Locks up the fucking outside trip, finishes the round on top. Also landed a big head kick in this round that got a big pop from the crowd. So it was a pretty good fight through 2 rounds. The third round was boring as fuck, and I think that's why I kind of came down to reality. you know, I took off the fucking VB hat. You know, I stopped drinking my beer and I was like, you know what? Maybe Jack Jenkins won't be a double champion. It was an okay third. Like, it was kind of boring, the third round. He got a nice outside trip up against the fence. He showed good job controlling Tavares, you know, just staying on top of him, landing some little punches. You know, swept him back down when he tried to get up, jumped on the neck for a rear naked attempt. And Tavares, you know, almost tapped, but he did a good job defending it and ended up on top of Jack Jenkins and tried to look for some elbows, but Jack Jenkins did a good job pushing away, got back up to the feet and just kind of avoided him to finish off the fight. This was a big win for Jack Jenkins. Like, if you keep up with the Australian MMA scene, you know that Jack Jenkins went through a lot of injuries and a lot of like personal shit coming back from his last loss to this fight. But purely objectively from an entertainment standpoint and where do I rate this guy in the featherweight division, it was like, okay, like Raymond Tavares, he's a fucking aggressive little fucking goblin from bantamweight. That missed weight at featherweight. What are you, fucking Junior Taffa? Like, what are you doing, bro? How do you miss weight up a weight class at 45, bro? What are you doing? What the fuck, man? You're not Kelvin Gastelum, dude. It's just not that impressive to me. Like it was a good win, but it was like good enough. Like, it wasn't anything where I'm like, dude, Jack Jenkins is on a fucking run, dude. I think him versus Nate Landwehr would be a good fight next. I think that's a solid, fair matchup. But yeah, Jack Jenkins wins by decision, 29-28. It is what it is. I know for a fact every single person's parlay got sold in this moment. Jake Matthews, bro. Come on, man. You were the chosen one. I fucking told you, bro. I warned you not to do this, bro. You're not supposed to beat Neil Magny's ass in round 1 and round 2, bro. What the fuck were you doing, man? This one fucking hurt, man. And it's weird, too, because why was Neil Magny low-key outboxing Jake Matthews? What the fuck? Neil Magny was piecing him up with the jab, dude. He was piecing him up with the jab. He was blitzing him with punches. He was mixing in the clinch. But then in the first round, and I think Magny was winning that first round, but then he went for a takedown attempt. Jake Matthews did a very good job in this fight with his grappling, and I'm so sad that he lost because now no one will ever acknowledge the Jake Matthews masterclass that was taking place here with the grappling and the ref as well. Shout out to the ref, dude. This guy tried his best to save our fucking parlays. But Neil Magny went for a takedown. Jake Matthews, he jumps a pretty bad guillotine, but he actually did a really good job of making little adjustments to get his legs around Neil Magny, end up on top in the mount, flatten out his hips. It looked like he was going to get a tap or make Neil Magny pass out. And the referee shakes Neil Magny's arm with 1 second left. He says out loud, he's out. So Jake Matthews lets go, and then the buzzer goes off, and the ref changes his fucking... No, guys, I said the round's over. No, you didn't, bro. You literally said the words, he's out. Rewind the tape. He said he's out. He should have stopped the fight there. He should have stuck to his guns and copped the booze and copped the bullshit. He made a mistake, but he just said, oh, fuck it. No, I changed my mind. I'll let it go. And that was, that was the plot armor that Neil Magny needed to cockroaches. Nobody cockroaches like Neil Magny. This guy is genuinely the GOAT of the cockroaches. I cannot fucking believe this, because not only did he almost get finished in the first round, in the second round, Jake Matthews, left hook upside the head. Beautiful fucking jab. I sound like a British casual, but I'm being serious. Beautiful jab, right? Defends a pretty bad takedown attempt from Magny. Holy fuck. This guy literally goes front headlock, spins around, takes the back, threatens a rear naked choke. Neil Magny ends up on his back. Jake Matthews goes straight to mount. Neil Magny goes under the leg. Jake Matthews jumps a fucking mounted triangle. It was fucking beautiful. He spins around to the other side, ends up on top half guard. He's dropping elbows. I literally wrote down beautiful BJJ from Jake Matthews. I can't wait to see him win this fight. And then the next line is just in normal text. Neil Magny comes back from losing the entire fight and wins via fluke in round 3. Neil Magny genuinely flukes a DAS in round 3 and wins, bro. You can't make this shit up, dude. And the sad part is I knew it was coming. At the start of the third round, I'm thinking, bro, this is too good to be true. Like, you guys remember in the prediction video, I said, Jake Matthews, you don't want to win round 1. You don't want to be dominating this fight, because then you're cooked in round 3. And lo and behold, round 3, Jake Matthews inexplicably runs out of cardio. Neil Magny's blitzing him down, walking him down with the Magny special. Just walking at him like he's doing fucking pad work in the gym, right? And that was all he needed. He pressured Jake Matthews into grappling, looked for a guillotine attempt, made Jake Matthews work to shoot his own takedown. He sprawled really hard. He got he locked his hands under his crotch and lifted him up. Got on top, locked up the DAS. This is what he does. This is Magny heritage. This is what he does. For fuck's sake, man. Round 3 finish, losing the entire fight. Are you kidding me, bro? I wish my dad was reffing this fight in that first. Oh, mate, stop the bloody fight. He can't fucking breathe. If my dad was the ref, Neil Magny, you would have been out of there in round 1, bro. So unfortunately for all Australian casuals out there, Neil Magny has put an end to our dreams. And I just want to end this segment by just apologizing to all my Canadian brothers out there. I know how it feels now, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing at Mike Malott for getting an ice pack on his head from Neil Magny. Now I know how it feels, dude. So I'm sorry. I will humbly accept joining the club of Neil Magny fraud check victims. And I think Neil Magny versus Kevin Holland would be a good fight at some point next. So that's what I would do, all right? But opening up the main card, mate, Tom Nolan. I always believed in Tom Nolan. You will never find a prediction of me saying Tom Nolan would ever lose a fight, ever. I've never picked against this guy in my life, and I never will. He's the GOAT. He's the next lightweight top contender. He's next up from Australia, bruh. I've been believing in Tom Nolan since day one. Check the stats. Check the tape. Look up Bedtime MMA UFC 312 predictions. I'm the GOAT of predictions, dude. I knew Tom Nolan had this one in the bag. I did actually pick Tom Nolan for this, and he actually exceeded my expectations. He won by round 1 submission. I thought he was going to win by round 2 knockout. This was a great fight for as long as it lasted. This was a great win for Tom Nolan. This was very entertaining. Charlie Campbell did really well early on. He landed a big left hook that dropped Tom Nolan, but he just refused to engage with him on the ground at all. He knew that the elbows off his back are so dangerous from Nolan. He has great up kicks, great jiu-jitsu as well. He's a long, lanky guy, so there's always going to be that threat of the triangle or the armbar or even a guillotine. So Charlie Campbell just wanted no part of that. And out in the open, he was doing well. Like he was landing his jab. He was trying to pressure his way through the kicks of Nolan. Nolan was kind of stabbing to the body, flicking out the body kicks. Charlie Campbell was landing really, really hard inside calf kicks. Those were pretty dangerous. Like I was just watching that shit like, damn, that shit looks like it hurts, bro. But the momentum shifted midway through the first round because fucking Tom Nolan went out there, landed the spinning back kick to the body, and I called it straight away. I was like, bro, he's hurt. And I feel like that sapped a lot of energy from Charlie Campbell because the momentum shifted completely after the spinning back kick to the body. Tom Nolan really started to muscle him around in the clinch. He got a hold of him. He kind of handcuffed his wrist behind his back, took him down and just latched up the rear naked choke pretty easily from all the damage that he had done. Gets the tap at the end of the first round. Very, very impressive win from the GOAT, Tom Nolan. And I love to see him talking shit to Joe Schilling as well. Fuck Joe Schilling, bro. This guy, oh my God, the video of Joe Schilling knocking out some random dude in a bar. I love to see this guy get fucking trolled, dude. I love to see someone talking shit to this guy, dude. Fuck yes, bro. Tom Nolan is my GOAT. What a fucking win. Please, UFC, I'm begging you, dude. I'm begging you. Can we please get Tom Nolan versus Terrence McKinney on a pay-per-view? Can we please get Tom Nolan versus Terrence McKinney next? Please, make this fight. I don't ask for much. This is a fight that we all want to see. I promise you. Put it on a pay-per-view. You're going to change people's lives. Tom Nolan versus Terrence McKinney. That needs to happen. I didn't watch a majority of these prelims. I'm not going to lie to you. I watched Navajo Sterling versus Rodolfo Gelato. He did a pretty good job despite how scrappy it was. I feel like Rodolfo Gelato kind of earned a little bit more respect with this performance. He wasn't flipping and flopping around out there. He was actually trying to fight. And this was literally White Adesanya versus White Pereira. Like, just watching this fight, I was like, God damn, dude. These guys literally look exactly like Adesanya Pereira if they turned white, bro. But yeah, I thought that Navajo Sterling did enough to win this fight 29-28. It wasn't anything crazy, similar to the Jack Jenkins performance, but I think Sterling showed a little bit more aggressiveness and a little bit more willingness to go into the fire. This was a pretty entertaining fight, especially in that third round, because I thought that Sterling won the first and the second round. He did a good job mixing in the body work. He was kicking to the body, punching to the body. He did a good job avoiding the left hook of Rodolfo Gelato, clinching him up when he needed to. Got some nice takedowns in the second round. Rodolfo Gelato, he did start to come back with the body work, but every time he tried to open up big, Sterling would shoot a takedown or clinch him up. He got a really nice single leg up against the fence, picked him up, just tripped out the bottom leg, very, very clean. Spent a lot of control time on top, but once Gelato got back up, near like the end of the second round, you could see the momentum shift a little bit. And I thought that the last 30 seconds, Bellato did really well in that second round. He started to land his jab, started to land his right hand, his left hook, and got a takedown of his own at the end of the second. So I had it 2-0 Sterling going into the third, but all the momentum was with the GOAT, Rodolfo Gelato. I think he won the third round just based on the overall amount of work that he got done. He was landing the jab, popping his head back, landing big calf kicks, forward pressuring, chasing takedowns, got the back for a second, but Sterling did a great job defending takedowns, defending grappling in this fight. He's very well-rounded. He's very composed. He's very, like, calm under pressure for such a young fighter. I do think that Navajo Sterling will be ranked at some point. He called out fucking Ebo Aislan, which is like, come on, dude. That's like a free win, bro. Why are you calling out Ebo Aislan, dude? Call out someone else. Call out, come on, man. What the fuck are you doing, man? Why are you calling out Ebo Aislan? But Navajo Sterling, he did a good enough job in this fight. He went for it in moments in the first, and in the third, he got scrappy. I do think he'll be ranked. This was a pretty good win. The other best performances on the prelims were, mate, fucking Jamie Milwaukee was at. Now, listen, dude, Brando Pericic. We actually have a prospect at heavyweight coming in. This guy got one of the nastiest KOs I've seen in a long time in the heavyweight division. It's nice to see heavyweights coming in that are not just, he's a fat dude from Lincoln, Nebraska that's stepping in on short notice. We're going to give him 4 fights and let him lose 4 times by knockout. Bro, this guy was fucking, that was a brutal fucking finish, man. So Brando Pericic is a name to look out for in the heavyweight division. Got a very dominant round 1 finish. And so did Cam Ralston. Cam Ralston knocked out, Andre Pachinski, bro. I'm never picking Andre Petroski again, dude. I literally picked this guy. How good is Torres Finney that he beat this guy? Because Andre Petroski went out there, classic Petroski in the big moments, just gets put out cold, dude. Cam Ralston drops him bad with a hook, follows up, gets a round 1 finish. Pretty cringy post-fight interview, but some exciting prospects all around. These fights were like pretty decent for the most part. Like, they were entertaining fights. They weren't like abominable, but yeah, the overall card quality was just complete dog shit. I really am disappointed that the UFC, this was the best they could put together for us. I hope that they apologize to the Australian people by giving us a full-blown pay-per-view next year with Ulberg versus Ankalaev, with some ranked fucking fights on it. Get Steve Erceg. I'm not asking for fucking JDM and Volk, mate. I'm asking for Robert Whittaker and Steve Erceg and Ulberg. That's all I need, dude. You don't even have to give us Kai Kara France. Dude, you don't even have to give us that, bro. We don't even want Kai Kara France low-key, bro. Like, we low-key are good on that. But otherwise, can you give us some real fucking fights? Because even if these fights had all been generational bangers, I'm guaranteeing about 200 people watch this. I'm guaranteeing that no one gives a fuck that this card happened, and half of you didn't even remember that this was happening this weekend. But this is my recap for those of you that did not see the card. The main event was a brutal finish for Carlos Ulberg. He's got all the momentum in the world. He definitely deserves a title shot. But we are finally heading into UFC 320 fight week. Thank the fucking Lord above you. So I'll be doing a bingo card video tomorrow. I'll be doing full card predictions. I'll be doing a prediction for Ankalaev Pereira. And I'll be doing all types of videos throughout this week. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're not already. We're on the path to 100K. So let's hit that shit. Let's go for that. And go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.